Yes, I think my screen is visible to you, all of you.
Sir, screen is not visible.
Okay, so let me share it again.
Sir, have you shared your screen?
Yes, now is it visible?
No, sir, it's not visible.
PPT is not visible.
No, sir.
Let me check in another way. Now is it visible? No. Again, it is not visible. Your screen is still visible while someone else is presenting. This particular message shows to me. Let me share my entire window. Okay, whether it is visible or not.
So once you will done sharing the entire window, then it will be visible.
Now,
It's showing then
this particular message shows to me. Your screen is still visible while someone else is presenting.
in my window it shows that Ramkrishan Dewangan is presentation.
Now, my screen is visible? No. Okay, let me log out first, then again I will try to log in. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay. Now is it visible? Yes? Is it visible now?
No, sir, it's not visible. I think you just log out and try to again log in.
Yeah. It is not visible. Let me check it out. Now is it visible again?
No, sir, not.
Okay, let me check it out. What happened to this? No. Again, it is not visible. What happened to this?
You are the host, so कोई बाउंडेशन नहीं होनी चाहिए.
An error has occurred when screen sharing. What error is this?
सर एक बार लॉग आउट कर लीजिए, फिर लॉग इन कर लीजिएगा. नेटवर्क आपका स्लो होगा थोड़ा सा.
Now let me check again. So now is it visible? No.
No, sir.
No, still it is not visible. So what happened to this one? If I stop sharing my screen, some error is occurring. So wait.
Now it's visual your PowerPoint. वो जो स्क्रीन दिख रहा है सर उसमें हाइड और बटन दबा दीजिए. हाइड.
So sorry, dear students, for the delay. I think now the screen is visible. Yes or no?
Screen is visible, sir.
Okay, thank you for replying. So
Now you can start your presentation.
okay, wait for a second. Let me set up my things.
Sorry, dear friends, for the delay. So let me introduce myself. I am Kishan Dewangan. Now, presently working as assistant professor in Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patiala, Punjab. So my topic of the presentation is recent trends in artificial intelligence. You can say also machine learning. You can say also deep learning. Okay, all the things are similar. Okay, if you consider about machine learning and deep learning, both the words are correlated with each other. So this is in general disclaimer. This presentation is strictly for educational purpose. Okay, so whatever be the points, whatever be the opinions expressed in particular presentation, okay, is the view of presenter. So if knowingly or unknowingly citations are not done, so then please ignore it. Okay, so first of all, what is artificial intelligence? So as we all know about the definition, okay, what artificial intelligence is, how artificial intelligence work like this. So from starting onwards, from 21st onwards, you are studying about what is artificial intelligence, what is machine learning, okay, what are the types of machine learning, like you can say supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning likewise. So in that process, this is simple definition. Artificial intelligence is the process of building intelligent machines from vast volume of data. Okay, that means what? That particular system learns from past learning and experience and perform human-like task. Okay, like this. These are called as vast volume of data. Now, whatever be the data you are providing to the system, that particular system learns from this particular data, and now we are building an intelligent system. We are building an intelligent system that is called as artificial intelligence. Okay, as name indicates artificial, that means what? Virtual. Okay, so like this, decision on machine learning and deep learning forms the core of artificial intelligence. Okay, now I'm just presenting here what is artificial intelligence, what is machine learning, and what is deep learning. So basically, artificial intelligence is the concept of creating smart intelligent machine. Now, what is machine learning? So that machine learning is the subset of artificial intelligence that helps to use or helps to build AI driven applications. Then what is deep learning? So deep learning is the subset of machine learning that uses vast volume of data and complex algorithms to train a model. So these are relationship between artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Next, what are the applications? What are the general applications of artificial intelligence? As uh, knowingly or unknowingly, we all use artificial intelligence techniques nowadays. So some of the applications I'm elaborating here, okay, in general, so you can extend it for your research also. So first application is machine translation, such as Google Translate, like this. This is your Google Translate. Okay, how do you translate? Whatever be the thing, suppose if I am writing I am going. Okay, now if you try to translate it into Hindi or it into Chinese or Spanish, so that just type in Google Translate, it will show you a window or tab. Then in that particular window or tab, you can just type this one, and whatever be the thing with respect to the language, that will be displayed, whether it is in Hindi or English or Spanish or Japanese or Chinese. Okay. Now, next is self-driving vehicles. What do you mean by self-driving vehicles? So, this is one of the example, Google's Waymo. Okay, Waymo. So, this is one type of self-driving vehicles. Now, a concept of self-driving vehicles is, you can also say that autopilot system with respect to what? Airplanes. So that is also self-driving system. Okay, so self-driving vehicles. Now, nowadays, Tesla is building self-driving vehicles. He is trying to build self-driving vehicles. Now, AI bots or AI robots such as Sophia or AIBO. Okay, Sophia or AIBO. So these are called as AI bots or AI robots. So whatever be the question, you can ask from this particular boat, and that particular boat will try to give the answer. Next is speech recognition applications like Apple Siri or OK Google. So suppose you are using a new system, and if you want to try something, okay, for example, if you are using your mobile phones, and you want to search something, okay, for example, distance between Durg and Raipur, so you can just ask in Google, okay Google, distance between Durg and Raipur. So it will show the distance with respect to Durg and Raipur. It will tell, not so, it will tell the distance. So that is called as speech recognition application. Okay, so these are some of the facts with respect to AI ML. So what is the fact? So according to Statista, revenues from AI software market worldwide is expected to reach $126 billion by 2025. So why this particular AI techniques or machine learning or deep learning techniques are popular? Why? Because it will capture huge market. Now, according to Gartner, 37% of the organizations have implemented AI in some form. Okay, in different format, 37% of the organization have been built. So that particular enterprises employing AI grew 270% over the past 4 years. So again, this is what? Another fact. Now, according to Servian Global Solutions, by 2025, 95% of the customer interaction will be powered by AI. Okay, so just see, suppose whatever be the mobile network you are using, you are also facing some of the calls Okay, that is computerized calls. So what? That is customer interaction, computerized calls. Okay, so in general, customer care calls are there. So that are whatever be the offers, whatever be the things going on in the market, they will provide you by using automated calls. Okay, now a recent 2020 report from Statista reveals that the global AI software market is expected to grow approximately 54% year on year basis. Okay, 54% year on year basis. So this is the way to use AI. So this is right way to use the AI. So now why nowadays AI machine learning techniques are popular because of this. Okay, so as we know, if a problem has a solution, okay, we know for a given problem, you can find the solution, but the solution may be correct or the solution may not be correct. Okay, so whatever be the things you are using for that, there may be pros and cons. Okay, so you can say not cons, it is limitation. So first advantage is that it reduces human error. Second advantage is that it never sleeps. That means what? It is available 24 cross 7. Okay, if suppose you are using Amazon or Flipkart, okay, or whatever Paytm, any wallet is there. So how do you use in that case? So in this, whatever be, suppose you have stuck somewhere, then how do you correct it? So there is one help section. In that help section, whatever be you are searching or whatever be the problem you are just telling, in that case, in that text message, it will show the solution. So what? That is one type of automated software. Okay, that's why it never sleeps. That's why it is available 24 cross 7. Okay, so suppose you are taking one syllabus. Now before starting syllabus, uh, some of the questions with respect to your mind is there, that what are the frequently asked questions are there. So in that way the solution of any AI based technique has been made. Means what will a general person can ask question and how to rectify or how to solve such question. Okay, now next, never gets bored. So it is easily handles repetitive task. Okay, nowadays, if in office like environment, if we are working and so if you want to do a task, same task again and again, so you will get bored. But in case of machine, it never gets bored. Okay, then another advantage is it is fast. Now what are the limitations? So it is costly to implement. Second, it can't duplicate human creativity. Okay, so whatever be the creativity of human is there, that cannot be replicated, that cannot be duplicated. Okay, then it will definitely reduce or replace some jobs. But this is the major disadvantage, that it leads to unemployment. It leads to unemployment. Okay, then people can become overly reliant on it. Okay, in some cases it is useful, in some cases it is not useful. Okay, so you can also say that just comparing 15 to 20 years back and nowadays, so all the machinery parts are also with respect to AI based. Okay, that are built with respect to AI based. So AI based machines are built. Why? To reduce human interactions. Okay, so these are some of the sectors where we can use AI or machine learning. So what are the sectors? E-commerce, education, healthcare, agriculture, entertainment, automobile, social media, marketing, banking, and robotics. So I'll explain you in each of the section what are the sectors. Okay, we can work in that. Okay, these are application areas. So in application areas, what can be identified and how we will proceed, and I'll show at last that how to proceed with one of the application in robotics. Okay, so now AI application in e-commerce. First of all, e-commerce. So one word is there, recommendation engine. So with respect to this particular recommendation engine, you can also work in ML, that is called as recommender system. Okay, recommender system. What this particular recommender system says? So recommendation. Okay, so personalized shopping. That means what? You are using Amazon, Flipkart. Okay, let it be Snapdeal, let it be Meesho, whatever be the app you are using for shopping. Okay, for online shopping. Okay, so based on your search, based on your search, okay, it will recommend you that this particular product is useful for you. Okay, that means what? This particular AI based software, okay, that means AI based software or AI based e-commerce platform will recommend you, and it will engage you, okay, to better serve. Okay, so that's why one engine is there that is called as recommendation engines. Now you are using YouTube, you are using Google also. Okay, so just see in your mobile phones, if you have searched a particular thing a lot of time, okay, some you can say 2 3 4 times. Okay, so some interesting videos in YouTube also. So what you will say in next time, just recommended video with respect to that particular channel or recommended video with respect to that particular area, it will be shown to you. So that is the way. Now in Google also, whatever be we are searching, okay, whatever be we are searching, on that basis that Google will recommend what you can see or which type of news you can identify. So that is called as recommender system. So this can be one of the research area in AI ML. Next is AI powered assistants. So I have already told you one example that is called as chatbot. Okay, so basically virtual shopping assistant, or you can say chatbot, okay, that helps to improve the experience while online shopping. Okay, second example is there, natural language processing. So NLP based things are what? So NLP is used to make conversation sound as human, okay, or as a person. Okay, so why? So that particular NLP based softwares are used to assist in real time engagement with the customer. Now next is fraud prevention. So what do you mean by fraud prevention? So nowadays you are just facing the concept of credit card fraud detection or whatever be the fraud with respect to banking related issues, financial related issues is there. So you can say any type of fake call or fake reviews are there, so that are comes under fraud, comes under fraud. So one of the most fraud detection is credit card fraud detection and fake reviews. Suppose you want to purchase a product, then just see based upon the reviews and try to purchase that particular product. So uh, all the time, all the products are not good for you. Okay, so some of the fake reviews are there. So how do we avoid that particular reviews, or how do we just we can say we vanish that particular frauds? So just you can say in your mobiles there are a lot of messages with respect to that. Do not share your pin, do not share something details with respect to your whatever be the card. That is it is not credit card, it is also about your bank details, it is also about your debit cards. So now many customers prefer to buy a product or service based on customer reviews. That means what? AI based technique helps to identify and handle fake reviews. So these are some of the applications in e-commerce. So you can also say that some of the things with respect to our research. Now, next, applications of AI in education. That means what are the recent advancement and what are the recent trends with respect to education. So nowadays, due to COVID, okay, we have slowly moved towards online approach. Okay, so online approach we have slowly moved towards. Okay, before that we were using chalk and duster or duster and marker, whatever it may be. Now the contents are smarter than us. Okay, that means what? Digitization of content like video lectures, conferences and textbook. Okay, so one example is live, that is I am taking your online lecture or online expert talk in this teachers training program. So this is called as digitization of content. Okay, next, apply different interfaces. Okay, like animations and learn content through customizations based on the students. Okay, so for example, for a particular student or let's say a child, if you uh, want to teach something to a child like A for apple, now you can say A is like this or this and this is an apple. So uh, how do you say that this is A and this is A? Now what is the apple? So by using animations and learning contents you can show the picture of apple. Okay, so like whatever it may be, I am not good in drawing, so like this. Okay, it may be apple. Okay, and it may be tomato, whatever it may be. Okay, so based on whatever be the alphabet you are saying and you are showing the picture of that particular alphabet, then a particular child will understand. These are called as animations. So nowadays in YouTube also you can see various videos. So that particular videos are under creation of smart content. Okay, now administrative task. So administrative task, so automating personalized messages to students, back office tasks like grading or paperwork. Okay, arranging and facilitating parents and guardian interaction. So managing enrollment courses and HR related topics. So these are what? These are some of the AI based techniques, or you can say paperless work with respect to educations. Now, next, voice assistant. What do you mean by voice assistant? Without the interaction of lecturer or teacher, a student can ask anything, okay, with respect to some device, and that device will assist through voice assistant. So that is called as what? Voice assistant. Okay, so means you that particular student can access extra learning materials or assistance through voice assistant. Okay, next, personalized learning. So personalized learning means what? That is used to monitor students data thoroughly, okay, and habits, lesson plans, reminders, okay, flash notes, frequency or revision. Okay, in general, if we want to revise something, then what we'll do, we'll try to give some questions with respect to that. So in the case of personalized learning also we can use. So healthcare. So now another emerging field is healthcare. So how do AI based or machine learning based applications are used with respect to healthcare? So as in previous medical facilities, you can also check that it is very difficult to detect cancer cells, or whatever it may be, TB, okay, or whatever it may be, chronic conditions or chronic disease. Okay, so nowadays it is easier to identify in early stages. Okay, so to build sophisticated machines that can detect diseases and identify cancer cells. So this is one of the application with respect to healthcare. Another application, analyze chronic conditions with lab and other medical data to ensure early diagnosis. You can say, suppose if you able to identify the cancer at early stage, that means it is curable. Okay, so that's why it is saying chronic conditions with lab and medical data to ensure early diagnosis. Then AI uses the combination of historical data and medical intelligence for the discovery of new drugs. Okay, so we are facing a lot of issue with respect to this particular around 2019 and to till date. Okay, we are facing a lot of issues with respect to corona. Okay, so basically if a person, or sorry, if a, you can say, you can say, if an industry wants to build a new drug, okay, pharmaceutical company wants to build a new drug, okay, to prevent the corona. So it is right now not possible. Why? Because the mutation of this particular corona is very fast as compared to the environment. Okay, so these are some of the applications, or we can say these are some of the machine learning techniques, machine learning applications. In this we can move on. So now in first case, how do we proceed? Detect disease and identify cancer cells. So based on the past history, okay, based on the past history, whatever be the images you are having, so you can merge this particular technique with image processing, and you can identify how do we proceed. Okay, so just I'm showing that image with image processing, whatever be the images of cancer, early stage cancers are there. Now by training and testing, you can identify earlier stage. If this is the spot, then it can cause a cancer. Likewise. So in this way we can move. Now AI applications in agriculture. So in the same way we can use machine learning and image processing to identify the defect in the crop or nutrient deficiency in the soil also, and we can also use computer vision techniques, robotics and machine learning applications to identify these. Okay, now suppose you are growing a crop in a particular land. Now in that land, how do you analyze where weeds are growing? So how do you analyze weeds are growing? So this particular technique we can also, by using AI and ML techniques, we can analyze that weeds are growing. Okay, now nowadays harvest a crop at a higher volume. Okay, harvest a crop at a higher volume and faster pace is done without the, or we can say with less help of human laborers. Okay, uh, uh, comparing to earlier stages, with harvesting, a lot of human laborers will be required. So nowadays it has reduced. Why? Because of this particular AI boards. So we can also move on to this particular field. Okay, so now entertainment. So entertainment like gaming sectors, and we can create smart and human like, okay, non-player computers that interact with the players. Okay, like if you are playing, okay, if you are playing chess with computer system, that means what? Chess with computer system, that means what? PC. This particular PC is what? Non-playing computer. Okay, non-playing computers. So that particular computer is human like computer. Okay, that particular computer is human like player, and we are chasing with that particular player. So a lot of information has been fed with that machine, so that we cannot identify, or we cannot we can say win with that. Okay, nowadays one of the emerging area is, one second. So sorry for the delay. So likewise we can move now. Another example is there. Okay, alien isolation game. Okay, so this particular game is also one of the AI based application. In this, one is there director AI and another one is alien AI. So what is director AI? So two AI application programs or systems, that is director AI that frequently knows your location, and the alien AI, okay, that is driven by sensors and behaviors that continuously hunt the player. Okay, so now you can also see different applications or different apps in mobiles, like one of the game was PUBG, okay, that was banned. Okay, now You can also identify with respect to this particular AI ML applications that prediction of stock market, okay, or you can say stock market predictions. Okay, so now applications in automobiles. Okay, AI ML applications in automobiles. So we have already checked this particular what self-driving vehicles. So how do that particular self-driving vehicles work? So that can be used along with vehicles camera, radar, cloud services, GPS and control signals to operate on the vehicle. Okay, sorry, to operate the vehicle. So this so likewise we can also add more things. Okay, so that is self-driving vehicle. Okay, for example, a simple boat is moving from source to destination. For example, this is source, this is destination. Now a boat means a robot is moving from this. So let's say this is not a robot, this is a vehicle. That particular vehicle is self-driving vehicle. Now how do it proceed? So ultimately the path following or the path planning is like this. It is moving from here and there. Okay, now suppose at this particular stage, okay, at this particular stage obstacle is there. In that case what? In that case it will change the path without colliding with obstacles. Without colliding with obstacles it can move. Now this is the one way to move. Okay, this is the one way to move. We can find whatever be the shortest path with respect to source and destination. So that particular robots are also called as autonomous vehicles. Okay, so before starting any application, we can build a dummy vehicle so that in some ideal situation it will work. Now we'll try to build that particular vehicle in a large amount of data when that uh, project is successful. Okay, now AI can improve the in-vehicle experience and provide additional systems, okay, like emergency braking. For example, we have found that the minimum distance from here to here is this, but there are two what obstacles, okay, in between the path of this. Then what we need to do? We can identify or we can monitor this particular path or obstacle and move accordingly. Okay, suppose a dynamic obstacle is there. Okay, if you are moving from here to here, a boat is moving from here to here. Now an obstacle has come. Now in that case what we need to do? So we need to take emergency brake. Then blind spot monitoring. This is called as blind spot monitoring and driver assist steering. Okay, so driver assist steering, that is for driving self-driving vehicles. Okay, now nowadays we are using more what social media. Okay, we are we are addicted to social media. Okay, so in that also I have already told you one example, that is YouTube. Okay, and another one is Google. Okay, based on your search history it will recommend you, okay, what you need to see or what you need to study. So these are also one of the applications. Again, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, in this also considers your likes and accounts you follow to determine what post you are shown on your explore tab. Okay, so that is also one type of recommender system. Okay, so whatever be the things are there, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google. So these are the task. Okay, so that was based on recommendation system or recommender system. So now AI ML based techniques, and you can apply your you can search recommender system, okay, with respect to AI, okay, or you can say recent advances in recommender system, so it will show. Now in this also you can identify fraud detection, removing propaganda, hateful content. Okay, so after this particular session, I think so one session is there for this particular hateful content in social media. Okay, so that will be cleared. Now AI applications in marketing, so that is based on pattern recognition. Okay, so marketers can deliver highly targeted and personalized ad with the help of behavioral analysis, pattern recognition. That's it. Okay, so how do we use? So uh, nowadays many platforms are there like Amazon, okay, Flipkart. These are what popular platforms. Now you can also say one app is there, Miso. You can also say your what was that? Swiggy, Zomato. So these are some of the apps. In that particular app, they are retargeting the audience at the right time to ensure better results. Okay, so you are just staying your home and placing the order, and that particular agent, okay, with respect to these particular apps or these marketing apps, so they will deliver you, okay, door to door at your place exactly. So that is based on your location. Okay, so it can help with content marketing. Now whatever be you search in your Amazon, Flipkart, or whatever be the shopping app is there, now based on that particular product, it will show you different, it will recommend you different products with respect to that particular product. Okay, different brands, different products, like this. So chatbots or AI powered bots, NLP based, natural language generation based, and natural language understanding based approach is there to analyze the user's language and respond in the ways humans do. So this is one of the application. Nowadays 80% of the banks recognize that AI can provide, okay, AI can help you. 80% of the banking tasks are AI based. Okay, so nowadays, just comparing to 15 to 20 years back and now, so a lot of banking task has been easy. Okay, you can transfer money from any type of account. Okay, from your account to another account, okay, within a second. So that is the power of AI. Okay, suppose your friend is asking some money from you, so you just say wait for a while, I'll just transferring. Now just comparing to 20 years back, suppose your friend has been asked you to amount transfer amount. In that case, what you need to do, we need to go, or you need to go bank, and in that case now you need to deposit. But in that case, if the customer's account is at that bank itself, okay, so then and then only it will possible. Otherwise there were a lot of procedures. Okay, so now it is very easy to transfer, or very easy to manage, or very easy to check balances, okay, whatever be the banking task is there. Now you can also identify what? Fraud detection. Okay, you can also identify fraud detection in this. Okay, how do we identify? So just see, if you are using internet banking and by chance or by default, if you had put the password wrong, in that case, what? In that case, a message will pop up to you that changes in transaction pattern or password is wrong, and immediately that particular message will uh, be shown to you with your mobile number also. Okay, so these are the AI based techniques. So that means what? That means what? That can signify fraud. Okay, which humans can easily miss. Okay, that's why some of the messages are there. If someone is asking your what password or pin, so don't give anybody, because it can be fake or it can be fraud. Okay, so you can identify, so like this, they need through SMS tags. Okay, now coming towards AI applications in robotics. Okay, so although there are a lot of problems, okay, a lot of applications with respect to AI ML, but I have covered these particular applications. Now I'm little bit elaborating with respect to robotics. Okay, so AI or ML based applications, you can say. Okay, nowadays AI, ML and DL, okay, all these three are interlinked together. Okay, you have also studied in AI what? Supervised learning, unsupervised learning, then reinforcement learning. Okay, now, same thing you have studied in this particular ML also, supervised learning, unsupervised and reinforcement learning. Now, in that case, what was the difference? So in this based on certain patterns, okay, based on certain patterns, you will also identify what is the clustering. Okay, what is the clustering? In that clustering pattern, whether that particular data matches to with this particular cluster, or that particular data is matched with this particular cluster or not. So that is also another task. Okay, now robotics is another field where AI applications are commonly used. Okay, so robots powered by AI use real-time updates to avoid obstacle or sense obstacles in its path and pre-plan its journey instantly. Okay, so why we are using robots as compared to humans? So robots can be used in hazardous situation where human interaction is less. Okay, like you can say fire burning, or you can say somewhere like search and rescue operations where human interaction is less, so we can use. Now it can be used for carrying goods in hospitals or factories and warehouses. Okay, hospitals, okay, hospitals, factories and warehouses. Hospitals, so now we can say in this particular corona situation, okay, in hospitals, just many boats are there to take care of patients. Okay, whatever be the things with respect to that. And factories, how do you use robots? So moving a particular product from here and there. So in warehouses also you can use. Okay, next is cleaning offices and large equipment. Okay, and inventory management. So these are some of the examples with respect to robotics, and you can also find many papers with respect to these fields. Okay, now how we will proceed through towards machine learning. So we can learn, we can take the image processing techniques and we can merge robotics and image processing techniques to identify the crucial environment, and again we'll move with respect to that. So now there are different search algorithms in AI we have already studied. So global search, informed, uninformed, A star, iterative depending A star, greedy, like this. So different search techniques are there. Okay, so what is the idea behind revisiting or studying this particular search technique? So basically I am using one of the application of robotics as path planning, or you can say area exploration, or you can say navigation. Okay, so whenever path planning is there, so one important concept comes to our mind, that is called as A star algorithm. That means what? We are moving from here to here. Again, there are 4 ways to move. So we have already covered this. Again, we can move from here to here or here. So suppose this is your obstacle, then you can move further, likewise. Okay, so that's why I'm covering here your search algorithm. So I'm just giving the basic of this. So now, how do we solve a problem with respect to search algorithms? So first of all, input is there. Now pre-processing will be there. So how do a particular pre-processing is there? So define state. Okay, define state and state space, then define operators, then define start and goal position of the robots. Okay, likewise. Then processing step, activate a search algorithm to find a path, okay, from start state to one of the goal state. Okay, path that forms start state to one of the goal states. Okay, so uninformed search, there are different search. So what? One is uniform cost search, that is Dijkstra algorithm. I will show you, okay, this particular Dijkstra algorithm with respect to unmanned aerial vehicle path planning. Okay, I will show you how to implement and how that particular UAV, okay, will reach from source to goal in 3D environment. Okay, that means what? What do you mean by UAV? In general concept, we will say that that particular UAV is drone. Okay, we say that particular UAV is drone in our mind. In our mind, UAV means what? We can say in general term, it is drone. Okay, so now robotics. Okay, so how many types of robotics and how do we define this? And we can say there are different tasks with respect to this. So that is humanoid robotics, assistive robotics, swarm behavior of robotics, and medical rehabilitation. Space robots are there, UAVs are there. Okay, so UAVs, that means unmanned aerial vehicles. Okay, then for nano operations, nanobots are there or nano robots are there. Now, what is the problem statement? So inputs are there, robotic map. Okay, map is there, then location of obstacles, then environment is what? Location of obstacles, maybe here it is, maybe here it is, maybe here it is. These are obstacles. Okay, let's say rectangular blocks are obstacles, And environment, that can be static obstacles are there, or that can be dynamic obstacles are there. Then constraints, so there are different constraints. Time constraint will be there. Okay, suppose you are building an algorithm and it will take suppose 2 to 3 hours to execute a program, and another person is building an algorithm and it will take suppose 2 microseconds or 3 microseconds to produce the output. Then which one is better? So which one is better? So this particular is better. That's why time constraint is there. Now dimensionality of the map, so it can be of 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional. Now static and dynamic environment, so based upon the availability of the obstacles, we can say static and dynamic. Now what will be our output? So path P such that no collision occurs. Okay, so this is A star algorithm. So A star, why you are using A star or Dijkstra? So A star or Dijkstra algorithm is one of the best and popular techniques to use, and this is used for path finding and graph traversals. Okay, so like a lot of games and web-based maps technique, so such as Google Map, one of the best example is Google Map. Okay, so suppose you are new to the city and you want to move from one place to another place, then in that case what you will find? You can use Google Map, okay, to move from one location to another location or move from one place to another place. So that is what? So this particular application uses graph search algorithm, and that particular algorithm is A star algorithm. Okay, so this particular technique is what? Essentially a best first search algorithm. So likewise, so like this we can use. Okay, so these are some of the advantage and disadvantage. Okay, so assumptions. So suppose these are your environment. Okay, likewise, sorry, we can say this is map 1, map 2 and map 3. Okay, these black spots are what? Your obstacle positions. Then suppose one source is there, another source is there, means robot 1 is there, robot 2 is there. Its goal position is here, its goal position is here. Now it will follow the one of the path like this. This follows one of the path like this. Okay, so like different multi-robot path planning. Okay, then robot movement directions in A star algorithm, then maps for multi-robot path planning. So this is source 1. Okay, this is source 2, this is source 3, and this is source 4. Now source 1's goal position is here, source 3's goal position is here. Okay, source 4 goal position is here, and source 2's goal position is here. Now there is a narrow passage, in that particular passage. Okay, robot will move from one after another. Okay, so likewise there are situations. So this particular robot, these particular robots are in this environment and no obstacle is there, so the time will less, and again in this they are moving in another direction. Now coming towards UAV path planning or 3D path planning, I will not take more than 10 minutes of you, so just be there. So why we are using this? Okay, so always remember, okay, there is no proper algorithm. Okay, why? Because we can say just concept is there, so we will try to use the complex environment. Okay, and as the number of boats or number of UAVs are increasing, okay, the complexity will be increased, and that's why it is called as NP hard problem. Okay, NP hard problem means what? No proper algorithm is there, but the concept is there. Okay, no proper algorithm is there, but the concept is there. So how do we implement? We implement by using what? Trial and error method. Okay, so this is 3D map boundary representation. This is start boundary. You can say, suppose your boundary is like this in X, Y, and Z direction. Okay, this is X, this is Y, and this is Z direction. So your boundary is this. So this is your start boundary and this is your end boundary. So likewise, so this is down left hand corner and this is top right hand corner. Okay, and matching with this, so these are some of the start and goal positions of maps. So for UAV 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so different maps. Now for different maps, these are obstacles positions. Okay, obstacle representations are there. So just see in the map 3, this is having dense environment, means obstacles are more as compared to what? Map 1 and map 2. So this is the algorithm. So I think in one of the tasks, in one of the expert talk, you have studied about what? Studied about what? Gray wolf optimizer. Yes. So now in this also I have used alpha, beta, delta, and omega. So again, this particular you have studied about gray wolf optimizer, and now this is the application of gray wolf optimizer. Okay, so these are methodology. Now these are maps for 3D environments. Okay, how a map looks like. So likewise another map. So how do we proceed towards path planning? This is the way. Okay, suppose 3 1 2 3 4 4 robots and 5 robots are there, then how do we move? So 1 2 3 4 5 robots are there. So in that case, how do we proceed? Okay, so these all are with respect to 5 robots. Okay, 5 robots means 5 UAVs. Okay, likewise. So just see. Okay, I will demonstrate it you in the video. Okay, so uh, some of the references if you want to further study with respect to this. So you can study MBO based path planning scheme, 3-dimensional path planning using gray wolf optimizers for UAV. Okay, unmanned aerial vehicles using glowworm swarm optimization, solution for priority based multi robot path planning. Okay, using ant colony optimization. Likewise, you can study. Okay, so let me show you the video. Okay, let me share the video. How dear friends, now we will run the UAV path planning for multiple robots. So I have taken 5 UAV. Okay, you can also see sorry for the copyright issue. Source 1, source 2, source 3, 4, source 5, and respective goal positions are. So this is at the source of UAV, this is top, then again goal position of the UAV. And now we are taking the map 3. Okay, so let's run. Again, I'm executing the Jasper algorithm. Okay, so let's try to run. We will get the output from here. One thing you can observe. So I'll forwarding some little bit, and what that particular output will shown to you. Just see. like this.
This is the window and how the UAV is running. So we will see.
So I'll forward little bit like this.
Hold position or no.
Okay, like this.
Robots are near. Told you about this. Whenever you running will work. So this is the graph generated with respect to all 5 robots, all 5 UAVs. Okay. So I'll close one by one. So this is all about UAV path planning. You can see whether they have reached on the goal position or not in a run. So they have reached on to goal position. These are the goal position of these robots and UAVs, and these are the goal position of these UAVs. So now you can also see number of iterations and number of time or what time it consumes. Then simulation execution time is given in this.
So this is all about this particular talk. So thank you all for listening me carefully. Any query?
Thank you so much, Dr. Ramakrishna Dewangan sir, for sharing your knowledge of AI and machine learning for their new trends. I hope everybody has get their information, and if any query from the participant side, they can ask. If anybody want to ask something, please ask to sir. Okay, I think there is no doubt from the participants. So thank you so much, sir, for your time you have given to our CSIT college. And I hope, sir, you will share your PPT with us also.
Yes, I will definitely share my PPT to all the participants. Thank you all of you for listening me carefully. Thanks to the organizations. Have a nice day, all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Okay. Students and participants, please give your feedback link. Link is active in the chat box, and also your quiz.